Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Welcome to Monogamous Crush Podcast. I'm Derek Tucker.
And I'm Shalice Tucker.
And this is our podcast where we fuss a little,
cuss a lot,
but ultimately we love hard.
And it's all about the one.
It's all about the one.
It's always about the one.
So as you can see, we still right here at the bar.
At the bar.
Trying to get it popping, keeping it moving. You know, it got a little juicy the last time, so we decided to give a little part 2 of what we would talk about the last time. These topics that we discussed in amongst each other. These are conversations that we have, so we want to put them out to y'all and see if, you know, we can help y'all out or y'all can help yourselves by taking a little piece out of what we put out here in the world from our podcast.
Right. So welcome to Bar Talk, Part 2, all up in your business.
All up in your business, because your business is your business, but it affects everybody.
In your crush, right? Well, who is everybody?
Well, you know, sometimes when you talking about things, you bring that into the world sometimes, and you know, you take it to work. Sometimes you take it out on your children.
You wear
situations like that. You know, sometimes people can see it on your face that you got something going on.
So let's see what we got going on today. What else you talking about?
Well, I mean, I guess a situation like this right now, keeping it juicy and everything. Let's touch on a little jealousy.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because jealousy rears its ugly head at times, and there are, well, let me put it like this. In order to be jealous, there has to be something that exists for you to be jealous of.
Okay, so we talking about a crush, right?
Right.
Gotta have a foundation.
Right. So my thing is, as long as I'm not being presented with something to be jealous of, I will not be jealous.
Not so fast.
Oh, okay.
So,
what?
So we're talking about the female perspective, right?
Okay.
Woman's perspective. Just that's all I can talk about, right?
Okay.
That's the only place I can come from.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to have a reason to be jealous. Sometimes that's just in you. And so we're not talking about things or possessions. We're talking about within a monogamous crush, right? So we're talking about relationship jealousy, not, oh, they got a better car than me or a better house than me.
Right.
We're talking about where you been, you know, why you coming in late. You went to the grocery store 5 minutes ago and now it took you 6.5 minutes. Type of jealousy.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference between men and women.
A
woman may be jealous and think about situations like that, but men don't worry about those little things like that.
That's not true.
Yeah,
jealousy is not gender specific. It's not.
I think it is, because we're not worried about the small things. We need something to be jealous of, like somebody speaking to you the wrong way or whatever. And this is on a consistent basis. This is you possibly receiving phone calls from a coworker or something like that. Well, that's gonna make
everybody jealous. But let's talk. Let's not do the male female thing in this particular situation. Let's do the Derek Shalice thing. Okay. Because we can't talk about everybody's level of jealousy, and like men don't. Come on. Men go absolutely apeshit. Are you kidding me?
When given a reason to be jealous.
Or sometimes not. Sometimes it could just be, like I said, you at work too late and now you come. So you start putting in some
So you get
insecurity.
Jealous when I'm at work too late?
No, I know ain't nothing going on. I know you're behind on your way home. That ain't what we talking about.
So what you talking about there?
I'm talking about real, like, when somebody's given a reason to. Some folks just got that in them. They just suspicious by nature, or the relationship has gotten them down that realm. So let's do this, because every Saturday we watch Cheetahs. Yeah, that's one of our favorite shows. Yeah. I don't know why. It's like why you watch Hoarders, to make sure you don't have your house all messy.
And we definitely have a different, and I guess it is from the male and female perspective.
From your perspective to mine. Right. We won't put it on the whole gender. We'll just do for us. Okay. Because I think that a little bit of jealousy is healthy in a relationship. it makes you know that you're desired and you're wanted, and
yes.
and that your significant other or your crush is paying attention, right? Now there is that thin line where it goes from jealousy to that fool sitting out in the bushes looking at you, waiting for you to come home. Yeah. That's something else. That's not. Is that what we need to draw a line here and say what we're talking about? We talk about the healthy jealousy.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about both, because jealousy,
can take off to another
that's
whole
right.
level.
It could start off healthy and go sour.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So jealousy is jealousy. So controlling that jealousy has to do with the monogamous crush and the relationship that the two people have.
Right.
You making me feel like there's no reason for me to be jealous, and that's a small thing. Coming to me, put your arm around me, give me a hug or whatever, or kiss on the cheek, be like, oh baby, you know that ain't so and so and so, whatever, something like that.
Right.
Because if I'm letting you know that I may be feeling a certain way and that I'm jealous about something, and you don't reassure me and give me that peace of mind that it's not, then I may continue to have that jealousy.
It's not the case, right?
Right.
But people also don't, when you're not doing anything, you don't want to be accused of stuff.
True.
So that'll cause issues too, right?
I agree.
If you think you out there accusing me of being something that I'm not, something less than that I'm not. So,
you're right.
People need to talk about that, because that's offensive, and you just don't want that to be where you live, because that's not going to last for long.
Right.
So I think we have a healthy level of jealousy.
Yeah, because of communication.
Yeah, but we tell a joke, like if we're going out, the other one's going out by themselves, like say you're hanging out, and we say, we say to each other, don't get effed up. Don't get out there and lose yourself.
Get effed up.
Right. Don't get out there and lose yourself. So, but that's our joke, but I think somewhere deep down inside, we really mean it.
Yeah, we mean it.
But we haven't had to act on any of that.
I'm letting you go now.
Yeah. No,
don't blow it.
And listen, it comes from nowhere. It comes from loving so hard, because there is a thin line. I'm going to tell you an example that I had. I didn't even share this with you. But why not do it here, right? We went to get Moe's last week. Go to Moe's. And you walk in the door and they say, welcome to Moe's. We got our food. We're on the way out. I'm in front of my husband. He's got the bags. I go and push open the door. This other lady comes in while we're coming out, and it felt like you had held the door for her more than you held the door for me.
Wow.
I had to fix that.
Really?
In my own spirit. I had to. And I was like, but I had to talk I was like, what the F just happened here? Yeah. And then I had to talk myself down off of, and it wasn't like explosive. It just was like, really, girl, cut it out. But it's too much COVID. It's too much quiet time. You got too much time to think of some bullshit, and that's where I came with. But I ministered to myself.
Okay.
I was like, that's not what just happened.
Okay.
But
here we go. Well, baby, it ain't nothing going on with that, baby. I love you, baby.
Go on, sit down. But you understand what I'm saying? It does come out of nowhere in the best of relationships, and you have to be secure in yourself. Right. Because I always say, can't nobody take you away from me. If they bad enough, then they can try. But I don't think that it can happen. That's right. But even in really good relationships, you have to say. But I think a lot of that is self-inflicted. Now, don't get me wrong. People out there cheating, and you got every right to be suspicious. Definitely. Right? But in something that is good and right, you do have to check yourself.
See, but that's an example of what I mean when I come from my definition of jealousy. That's, for whatever reason, even though it really wasn't nothing or whatever, that's cause and reason to be jealous. If you felt like, for whatever reason, it was small and everything, and you thought about it, and you was like, oh, girl,
I was able to.
But at the time,
check myself.
In a situation like that, I can understand if you felt like I was doing something for some other chick more than I'm doing for you. You're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I'm like, but wait a minute.
That's an example.
I'm first.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Those are examples of something to be jealous of.
But and so I'm a see thine self chick. I'm on I call it the see thine self tour, where you have to see what part you play in things. So I looked at myself right in there. I was like, are you making something out of nothing?
Mm-hmm.
And I did tell myself, I said, this is silly. You just must want to, as my sister say, argue. And I didn't want to argue. So I was just like, no, I'm not going to even, I could have sat in the car, and I think I was a little different for a split second, and then it just dissipated.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, because I wouldn't have known what the hell
that would have been an argue.
That would have been like, what?
No, I would have made you understand. But it just was silly, but that's how easily things can creep up in yourself. And I'm a pretty, right. I think I'm a pretty secure lady. Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. But even in that moment, I was like, so we get it. We're not trying to say this stuff is not going to exist.
Right.
There's two parts to that, though.
Right.
And I'm going to drop a pearl right now in the middle of things. It's knowing what you have and quickly assessing where that energy is coming from.
Okay.
Is it outward or is it inward?
Mm-hmm.
That was from me. That was all me.
Yeah.
My husband's a nice guy. He's held 1,000 doors for other people since we've been together. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why that time was different, or maybe I was hungry or something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But it just was silly. But I feel strong enough to say it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's cool.
I don't mind.
That's because you are a strong black woman.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to fight the air, but it was silly. But it was an example, and I just want folks to see that, sometimes you gotta laugh at yourself, but you also have to check yourself, because that's some things like that can go off the rails and ruin something
that's
good.
Right. It could have been an argument.
Even if it was no more than our night.
Right. Yeah. Could have ruined the whole night.
A whole night over some
good
stupid
catch.
stuff.
Good catch on your part by not letting that ruin our evening.
I did good.
You did good.
Thank you. So so now that we got past jealousy. Mm-hmm. Have we talked about that deep enough? I think so. I think so. I think it's
from a male and female perspective.
Yeah. I think guys, you say that y'all don't really get. You say y'all claim y'all don't get.
No,
I don't believe that.
saying we do get jealous, but we get jealous of a certain situation of a certain thing.
What does that mean?
Like I said, if I see, almost similar to what you felt just now, if I feel like you giving another person more attention than I'm getting, we at the cookout or whatever, and you mixing drinks and putting cups on other folks' tables and everything, and I'm sitting here waiting on mine's already, that could be a situation where I may get jealous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
You check yourself, or you checking me in that?
Well, I may check you later, amongst ourselves, and be like,
you ain't gonna high road it like I just did.
No, I might be like, well, damn, you over there mixing drinks, and I'm sitting over here waiting.
Oh, well, that would not happen. Well, I understand your scenario, but that scenario wouldn't happen. But I get you.
Yeah.
I get you.
And that's why I said we get jealous of situations of certain things. Mm-hmm. We don't just get jealous for the sake of jealousy. We, something got to trigger us and make us.
We're going to have to do that another time. We're going to have to make this a whole topic.
We're going to have to revamp this.
Yeah, we're going to have to rehash it, because I agree to disagree. I think y'all feelings get hurt. Y'all get butt hurt even deeper than women. I think we're just accustomed to having to deal with emotional disappointment sometime, or just different things.
We very well.
So once y'all go in deep,
but it's going to be something that's related to something that we care about.
Yeah.
We're not just going to get jealous of Joe Smo or whatever,
just
anything
any
like
old
that.
Person, I get
we're
that.
We're going to get jealous of our significant other that we care about. Somebody mistreating our children or something like that. We might get mad and defensive. Yeah. Right. It's something that's going to trigger our jealousy. We're not just going to get jealous because you I don't know. Mm-hmm. I guess where you trying to come with it?
Something light and airy.
Something light and airy. You know what I'm saying? You pouring the pastor a cup of Kool-Aid or whatever. I ain't gonna get jealous of you pouring the pastor.
But okay, so
now you over there.
No.
Making plates for the deacon.
So that's you. So that's you. I see we going off the rails with this. That's your level. But there are guys who will want to go upside somebody's head because they done poured the deacon or the pastor some Kool-Aid.
They are.
So I'm just saying that's your level.
It depends on how you poured the Kool-Aid.
Okay, let's not do it. You easygoing, so that's just your style.
Right.
But there's some guys who the wind blow and it's just like, what you doing? Where you at? What you do? So
they do.
That's what I'm saying. There's some guys out there that's really heavy on that, and they need to work on that because that can ruin a monogamous crush before it even get a chance to start.
Right.
And like I said, I think there's healthy levels of and it, of course, short of violence, we don't condone violence. But that's what abuse. Jealousy can take people. That's not what we're talking about here. We're just talking about that natural of that's your one, and you don't want to share that one with anybody else, right? So that's the part, because our crush community, somebody out there like, I go crazy if she, what she got on and how you went to work and
dressing. That's definitely It could trigger something. Dressing, walking out the house a certain way.
Because I can call you out right now, but I'm not gonna do it to you. But and it happens, right? Because I go out the door real fly for work, and then I come home and I change to some sweatpants.
Right.
And it's off.
Now I'll give you that. That is okay, and that's the type of jealousy that you talk about.
I'm talking about
I could get jealous of that. I could get jealous that you go out all fly and then I come home and you done.
I'm still
transformed.
Fly? Oh no. See, find another topic, Mr. Tucker.
Okay.
I have to cut you out on film.
Nah, we ain't gonna do that. You know what I mean.
I know
you brought it up, actually.
I did. That's
but
my
in
fault.
either case, I mean, jealousy. Is there intimacy?
So that's a thin line, right? Intimacy.
Monogamous crush.
There's always intimacy. You can't have a monogamous crush without intimacy. So we need to define what we're talking about.
Yeah, you kind of define intimacy.
We getting all in our own business.
I think in a general sense. Let's do it in a general sense.
Okay, let's keep it high level.
I mean, it could be a little intimate between us, though.
Yeah. Well, we talk about intimacy all the time and what it means to us.
The difference.
And so I just task our crush community to have those same kind of conversations, because I think that intimacy changes based upon where you are in your relationship, even who you are, like as an individual, and your age and your experience, and things that used to work 10 years ago may not work today, that kind of thing. But I'll talk about an intimacy in the sense that is not sexually related, because there's a lot of stuff that goes on before you lay down, right? Especially in a monogamous crush, because we running to see the schedules of the kids and what we gonna eat, and it's just a intimacy killer. Like regular life will kill your intimacy. Like I feel like I'm somebody totally different on vacation than I may be on a Tuesday, right? At home, because there's so many things that you have to check before you get to your crush, and you want to give of yourself, right? So it's just, I'm just talking about when you standing up and you going through your day, it's a text message, it's a call, just like sometimes I'll be going through craziness at work, and you'll just call me, and I don't know if that's our kismet thing or whatever, our life string connection, and it's just so timely, and it just makes me feel good, just because I don't know how you figured it out, but you called me when I was really struggling. And it's perfection. And that is, for a woman, I feel like it's those little things. So I guess our main thing is what's our love language, right? So that's a big thing. People can identify with that term. What's your love language? And mine is acts of kindness and service, is foot rubs, and
that's what I was gonna say. With that being said, does your monogamous crush recognize your intimacy when it's happening?
Your love language
could be, we've come home from work or whatever, you cooking or whatever, I come up behind you and I just squeeze you and kiss you on your neck and let you know, I'm home, thank you for cooking dinner or whatever. That's a sign of intimacy for me, because that's me letting you know, thank you, I love you,
Yeah.
without me saying that.
Yeah.
Like you said, the foot rub. We sitting on the couch or whatever. We just chilling, watching a little TV. I grab your little foot or whatever and squeeze it for you and, make you feel good. I mean, do you receive and remember that, though?
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying? Do you receive and remember that occurred? Because sometimes we show acts of intimacy over the course of the day, but because the day is so busy, sometimes your significant other may forget that you even did that.
Yeah, but you're not taking tally. It's just if
you're not taking tally, but when asked about intimacy, you could sometimes forget that
you're getting all these little niceties.
Right, that these moments of intimacy occur.
I agree because you're going about your day and you're just putting it away. You feel good for that moment, and then you just put it away.
Right.
And so the thing there is that you may be fulfilling one side of the couple's intimacy, but then the other side may not be getting what they want too. Am I jumping ahead? Or you understand what I'm saying?
I think,
because I could forget. Let's if I forget that you've done all these nicety things, and all I'm thinking is the horrible day I had. I gotta remember too. You have your needs and necessities that have to be met as well.
Right.
It can't be one-sided. I guess.
Right.
That's a little pearl there too, right? You can't have one side because
that's right.
That's not a monogamous crush.
That's not a monogamous crush.
Yeah,
you gotta
it's
reciprocate what you're getting. I mean, if you're receiving all the love, all the attention, all the touches and the feel and the squeezes, all the feel good things,
you got to give that back.
It should be reciprocated.
Yeah, you got to give that, and it's got to be reciprocated. And correct me if I'm wrong. In the way that your crush wants it, not just what you think that they like. Just because I like acts of service and kindness, your love language could be totally different.
That's right.
You can't just be like, this is what I like, so here go what I like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But that's the point right there. That's a good point, because it's one thing when you've already spoken out about exactly what you're looking for and you don't get it, versus it just being out there and
I'm making it up.
Being
I'm guessing.
assumed, right, what's going on. Yeah. That's right. Yep. So don't be afraid to let your monogamous crush know what you want and expect. Yeah.
But you got communication is another whole topic,
That's
right?
That's right. Yeah. We
are you communicating properly?
Plenty of times during these 2 episodes here and everything. Yeah, communication is always the key.
It's important. It's important. But back to intimacy. So we describe like our love language and making sure that we communicate what we want. Let's talk about when you're not getting what you want. How does that look? And that hissy fit, because we know guys get hissy fits.
Yeah, we can get a little beefy about it.
Not beefy, but beefy. Yeah.
But that's just it. It comes back to being the situation being explained in communication.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling a certain way, I gotta let you know.
Right,
if
you can't go around the house kicking things and punching things, and I'm like, what's wrong with his behind?
That's right.
Yeah,
I can't just be acting crazy and you don't know why.
You could, but that's not a good way to handle
Right.
somebody that you care for and somebody that you love. So you could be whatever you want.
And then I gotta be able to explain it in a sensible way. I can't just be starting a fight trying to make it happen. I gotta, let you know in a way where you're gonna receive what I'm saying.
Because that's what therapy is for.
Right.
If you want to just start fights and don't nobody know what you're fighting about. But you're right. Yeah. You're right. You have to let your significant other, your monogamous crush know exactly what your lines are, what your parameters are, what your needs are, where your baseline is, if you're being fed and being fulfilled. Right. And those are hard conversations to have.
Sometimes they are.
Yeah, because you don't want to hurt people's feelings, because you could be going around thinking, I'm the best thing in her life since sliced bread, and there's nothing she don't want for, or nothing he doesn't want for. Right. And they're just scared to tell you, well, maybe it's. So I say find a drink you like. Yeah. Find a quiet space when everybody's down at their zero chill, where they're most receptive. Right. And have that kind of conversation.
Right. Yep. Put it on the table.
Yeah, you can't go through years and years not getting what you need and what you want.
That's right.
And not giving what's needed and what's wanted.
Because if you hold it in eventually it's gonna come out.
Yeah, because
if you go through years not receiving, just trying to take care of the other person and not getting what you want at the same time,
you're gonna be a powder keg.
Eventually it's gonna blow.
It's a landmine. And we always say, how are people married for 30, 40 years and then they just split?
Right. Then all of a sudden divorce.
Like, what happened? Like, I really need to know what happened.
Right.
Because, and then we start assuming we know, right? It's the lack of the telling people what you need.
I mean, that's the conclusion that we've come up with. I mean, we could be wrong. We don't know. We're not in there. But right. Let us know. Give us a comment on that if you got an idea of what you think that's all about. Because for the life of us,
we can't figure it out.
After 25, 30 years of being together
and coasting, right?
What could possibly cause a 30-year relationship to come to an end?
Yeah. Well, that was some good talk. We may have to make this a part 3. We got some more topics, some bar talks. So what we'll probably do is bring some more bar talks throughout our episodes and seasons and things like that. But if you know anything that you want to talk about and maybe we've missed the bar talk, go ahead and subscribe. Don't just watch. Subscribe, link, engage, comment. Let us know what you think. We really are here for it.
Yeah, we really like to hear.
Yeah, and so far, you've been great. Thank you so much for covering us. And that's A Monogamous Crush. From our crush to yours.
Love you.